Welcome to the If I Speak podcast. Ronaldo's back for now. Are you happy?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Buzzing, man. Buzzing. Seriously. I mean, I would like to hear your guys' thoughts first, but I couldn't be happier. The last 2 days, 3 days, I've been trying to neglect the news that has been coming out that City are gonna sign him. I've been trying to avoid it as much as possible. I wasn't even replying on the group as much as I am used to. But seriously, man, things are turned things turned so quickly, and today has just been a brilliant day for all United fans and for all Ronaldo fans as well.
I mean, yeah, I thought you had bigger issues though when you were in this window. You needed a DM and a right back. So do you think you still think you'll get those players, or this is your business done?
Uh, if you remember me telling you earlier that we need to sell to buy, so the only reason that I think that us signing Cristiano Ronaldo was possible because he sells a lot of shirts. He brings a lot of business into the club. Maybe if we go and sign a Trippier, say a Saul, a Neves, or say a Camavinga, they won't do much business for the club. They might fill the role, they might fill the position that we need, but they won't do the amount of business that Cristiano will. And that is why Cristiano was possible. I still think we'll need to sell in order to buy, but this is the first transfer window that United have had with a director of football, and we have signed Jadon Sancho, we have signed Rafael Varane, and now we have signed Cristiano Ronaldo. So I'm hopeful that we'll be able to at least fill in the DM slot.
Yeah, I remember that was a big signing because I was kind of celebrating City getting them a couple like yesterday or something. I was laughing at all the City United fans, and now I just look really dumb because he's come back now. So.
Nah, today was way funny. I can't lie. They went from getting linked with Messi so much, then from pretty much thinking that it's Sam Kane, and then Ronaldo was looking like a done deal yesterday as well. Bro, you know what? City fans are all in the mud now. They've got nothing to say about them. That's it.
All they're saying now is, you get Ronaldo, we'll get the Premier League trophy. You might win the title this season, but then you were crying for him yesterday. You guys were posting everything you could on social media that we are getting Ronaldo and celebrating like that is the biggest thing that has ever happened in your history. Sit down. Just sit down. We've got Ronaldo back. We've got Ronaldo back, and there is one place he belongs to, and that is Manchester United. He's back. He's back. The Don is back.
Meanwhile, we're getting linked to Basuma at like 2 a.m. at night, and then in the morning, some journalists like, no, we're not getting Basuma either. And now we're getting no one.
Basuma is actually a good player.
Yeah, he's a really good player. Like, I wouldn't mind him actually. Like if you want an ideal Genie replacement, then Basuma's the one that we can get if you want a like-for-like replacement. But I don't think we're doing any business. But yeah, that's not the point. You sign Ronaldo, you're happy. We're all sad.
I mean,
I can't tell you how happy I am because last night when I'm back in Coventry now. So when I was on the train from London to Coventry, there were two young lads sitting beside me, and they were chatting about how Ronaldo is going to City and how he wants the 6th Ballon d'Or and how he'll win a trophy and then probably the Premier League. Maybe that makes them Champions League contenders as well. With PSG have assembled a brilliant squad. They have to win the Champions League now, but City are contenders for the Champions League. But they don't have Ronaldo anymore, and I was low-key really disgusted and really disappointed with Ronaldo because I wasn't showing it anywhere. I wasn't posting anything. I wasn't talking to you guys. I was just having a terrible day, and I was feeling gutted because you
let it out on Shivam. Released.
I mean, seriously, this I can't believe it's happening. It hasn't sunk in properly. And for United to come out and post that we've signed Ronaldo on the social media, because we've seen earlier, Romano comes out, all the top journalists come out and say that Ronaldo, the deal for other players have been done, but United take a long time to announce those players. Yeah. But with Cristiano, it was instant. And that's what the kind of player that we are getting. I mean, we got him back when he was 18 and nobody knew anything about him. He's
Do you
probably
think you would have
done.
signed him though? If City didn't go for him, do you think you would have signed him?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I think that what made this happen was Ole, Ole talking to the board, Sir Alex Ferguson phoning Cristiano, and Rio Ferdinand phoning Cristiano. The fans, no matter uh, how much we think of ourselves, we think that fans are a part of football and we are a big part of football. But when players make these decisions, and especially players like Cristiano who are at that top level, all they care about is playing the best football that they can. And for me personally, I still think that Ronaldo would have bagged a lot more goals for City than he would for United. And I know that he's past his best. I know that he's not the Ronaldo that we sold to Real Madrid, but this is Cristiano Ronaldo we're talking about. And in the history of football, we've always had conversations that there are goats and goats and goats, and people are on Messi's side, people are on Ronaldo's side. But I've always been these two are the greatest of all time. But only one of them has played in the Premier League, and only one of them has played for only one club.
Yeah.
So one club in the Premier League. So I really can't tell you how happy I am about this. I mean, seriously, this just I seriously don't know what to say. I mean, I'm out of words. This is just so exciting. I wasn't
It's just
so
not
excited
something
about
expected. Yeah.
exactly. I wasn't so excited about the Sancho transfer. I haven't been excited about the Varane transfer. I think that since Cristiano left United, this is the signing that we've made, which is equally big because nobody else we've signed has been such a big player. Paul Pogba, yes, sells a lot of shirts, brings in a lot of business. When we bought Bruno Fernandes, he was unproven. I mean, we didn't know that he would be able to turn it on in the Premier League like this. So nobody was as excited. But man, Cristiano, seriously. And for people who are saying that he's past his best, Chelsea just signed Lukaku for 93 million, if I'm not wrong. And we signed Ronaldo for less than 20 million, and Ronaldo outscored him in Serie A last season.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that Ronaldo will do it in the Premier League this season, or he will be the top scorer. I still think that
disregard him.
Exactly. Lukaku is still a better deal for me. When he went to Chelsea, I think that Lukaku is a brilliant player and he'll bag a lot of goals. And long term, Lukaku is a better player, but Cristiano's back. Cristiano's back. The romance continues.
Yeah. And do you think your aims change now that Ronaldo's here? Does it change anything? Like what you're expecting for the season?
I don't think it changes the aims because the mentality that Ole brought to the club, I've seen him in his press conferences from day one, and all he has said is Man United is equal to titles and they need to be there, otherwise it's not good enough. And he has been slowly and gradually turning the mentality of the squad. Yes, he's been pushing, and last season he overachieved with the squad that he had. We have a brilliant squad. I'm not saying that we don't, but with the Klopp side, with the Liverpool side that has Klopp, and with the City side that have Pep, and Chelsea with the Tuchel, last season finishing second was an overachievement for him. And this season the board have backed him, and I'm really happy that they did.
Yeah, like where do you see like first 11 now compared to the top 4 teams that are competing for the title?
On paper, I would say that defensively we are equally as good as Liverpool and City because of Varane. And attacking wise, I think that we are the best in the league with Sancho in the mix, with Rashford in the mix, with Cristiano, with Mason Greenwood, who's an up and coming, with Cavani. But in midfield, we are still, I think, the fourth best. We are behind City, we are behind Liverpool, we are behind Chelsea, and the midfield is the engine room. So I still wouldn't, just like a lot of United fans on social media, I wouldn't go and say that just because we've signed Cristiano Ronaldo, we are going to win the title. And I'm not going to be jumping on the hype train. Yes, I'm probably going to buy a new shirt because I was planning not to buy one for the Glazers Out movement, but now that Cristiano's back, I have to buy one.
Yeah.
But I still think that winning the league title would be an overachievement from this squad's perspective. We could be in the mix, we should be in the mix, but we still have that DM role that we need to fill. And out of the best 11, once we take out the best 11, who do we have on the bench who can change games for us? Or who do we have on the bench who can go into the starting 11 and we say that this is an equally good lineup as it was against big teams? So the DM
only
role,
like Greenwood. Like if Cavani's playing, then Greenwood off the bench or Sancho off the
exactly.
bench. Rather than that,
if we change a starting 11, at least until last season, if we change a starting 11, the squad's not good enough in order to maintain that level of performance that our best starting 11 did. So let's see. I want a DM, but with what Ronaldo brings is the winning mentality. He's won everything, literally everything. There is nothing left for him to win. Let's say the World Cup, but he won the European Championship with Portugal. He is a top level player. He is a top quality player. Seriously, I can't. Exactly.
I can tell you're really happy as well. Like Nandu, if you had the chance, say Kane left, would you have taken Ronaldo?
Obviously,
it's obvious question.
You'd take that, obviously.
But would you not want someone like a proper long-term striker that you can see at the club long-term? Or is it just one of those things where Ronaldo's Ronaldo, so you just have to take him?
Ronaldo's Ronaldo, and just if the opportunity comes and Ronaldo's there, and he's saying he wants to join the club, would you turn it down? No, you wouldn't. You really wouldn't turn that down. I mean, the mentality it brings to any squad in general is just unmatched, in my opinion. I think any club in the world would love to have a Ronaldo in their team, but yeah, you can't turn that down.
Yeah, it's not just a footballing thing, is it? Because he's a talented footballer, but it's also the mentality that he's going to uplift everyone else.
Yeah.
Him and Bruno have that mentality where they just want to get more and more and more, and that'll just feed off all the other players. And they brought Varane in for that reason as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you have a proper a proper dressing room. So it's going to be scary.
Very, very scary.
Yeah.
And he's going to be influential to Rashford, to Jadon Sancho, to Mason Greenwood.
It's going to be scary. Greenwood. Very scary, Greenwood.
And the news coming out of Carrington are always that Greenwood is like a sponge. He really wants to learn. He really wants to grow as a footballer. So I can see him becoming one of the best, if not the best.
That's a big claim, but I actually agree with you there. Because I feel like he had that big breakaway season, and then after that he struggled a bit, but then he started developing different parts of the game. So I think he's up to his physicality, his link-up play and everything. But bringing Ronaldo, that's just another level, isn't it? He's gonna soak it up. That's fun.
What I've said earlier is that Greenwood plays as a number 9, right? In the Premier League, when you're not physically developed, you can get away with playing in the midfield. You can probably get away with playing on the wings, probably right back, left back. But the centre back positions and the centre forward positions are where you need to be physically very strong. That's just the demands of the league. And Greenwood wasn't that. Now he's adapted really well with the structure that he has, and he's just going to turn it on this season, if not next.
Yeah, but the thing is, you've got Ronaldo and Cavani now. So where is he going to get the game time now?
I think he's going to play more on the right, like he did last season, because we have a front six of Rashford, Anthony Martial, who I don't even think is at the club at the moment. Yeah. His head is somewhere else. Then we've got Ronaldo, Cavani, Mason Greenwood, and Jadon Sancho. So those are 6 players, out of which 5 are world class at the moment, and Anthony Martial could be really good on his day. If he's in form, he is arguably one of the best players. Not one of the best, but he is a top level Premier League player. So if he can turn it on, and the competition that we have in this squad now, we can really outscore any team. And I think that should be the game plan for Ole this season, because we don't have that DM, because we don't have a holding midfielder who can give our centre backs the protection that they need. Our aim should be always to outscore other teams, play more expansive football.
Yeah. Well, what do you think the lineup's going to be now? Say if everyone's fit, I'll give this to both of you. What lineup would you pick for United now with Ronaldo?
Do you want to go first, Nandu?
Goalkeeper, I don't know, I'm stuck on that. I'm very stuck on that. What would you say personally, Kunal? Because I don't know.
I would say De Gea, just for the reason that he's been at the club for longer. He's played under Sir Alex. He is a legend of the club, and yes, he's had a dip in form, say for the past 18 months, but he's recently picked it up. And Henderson has a mistake in him. He's not fully. I mean, he can't do anything to warrant that number one spot. So till he can do that, I think De Gea should keep the number one spot.
Okay, in that case, De Gea, left back, obviously, sure.
I think defense picks itself. Yeah.
Yeah, defense is just there and that. Now onto the midfield, I'll probably.
Don't put Pogba in a pivot.
See that's how difficult it is.
Fred, go on. You know you want Fred.
No. Best case scenario, if Donny van de Beek is there as well, would be Donny van de Beek, Pogba, and Bruno.
Exactly.
But I don't know. At the same time, even
it might not work tactically, but on paper that's the best.
On paper it's good, but like tactically, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Yeah.
And then front three, in my opinion, has to be Rashford, Ronaldo, and Sancho.
Yeah, I'd go with the exact same.
Yeah,
exactly same. And then you can bring on Mason to change the game. You can bring on Cavani for Rashford if Rashford has the injury issues that he's had for the past year or so. So we can rotate a lot. And Cristiano is playing on the left wing. He is going to play as a striker.
I mean, the amount of creativity there is in that squad anyway, bro. You got Sancho, you got Pogba, you got Bruno.
You think it's going to affect them though? Like, because you saw at the Euros where Ronaldo and Bruno played together, and Ronaldo took the penalties and the free kicks. So do you think that's going to affect Bruno in any way?
I don't think so, because if you see Bruno's story, he's put up a story where he's sitting like a child watching TV wearing Ronaldo's shirt. So he's a massive Ronaldo fan himself. So I think that Bruno himself knows that he has a long-term future at United. Ronaldo has signed only for 2 years, and just out of respect, he's not going to put up a fight. Maybe in certain situations where let's say a free kick is not that important, Bruno takes it. And let's say in a situation where we're leading the game by a couple of goals, Bruno takes the penalty. But in clutch moments, I think Ronaldo will still go ahead and take penalties, if not free kicks. And he's going to teach Rashford.
I think even in clutch moments that Bruno should take the free kicks over Ronaldo. It's just
he does have a tendency to sky him. That's only recently. So,
but since Ronaldo's left United, he hasn't really clicked anywhere else in terms of free kicks with Real Madrid or with Juventus. Maybe it just works for him in the Premier League.
Maybe it's Old Trafford juju.
Yeah,
there's something in that stadium that just makes him good again. And like, how do you think he's going to perform this season then? Like, what? Maybe do you think he's going to be on that Lukaku, Kane numbers?
Maybe not in the Premier League, but all comps, I think he'll get around 25 goals. That's what I think.
Yeah.
That's a minimum. He can overachieve, definitely. And again, I would emphasize this all over again. Ronaldo is not the Ronaldo that we sold. He's not peak Ronaldo, but he still is one of the top strikers in the world, even at 36.
He's adapted. He's a different player to what he was before. Like, he doesn't rely on his pace or his trickery. He's in the box. He's deadly in the box as well. I was just thinking about it though. Like, do you think if City have decided not to get Ronaldo, but could that be because they want to get a free shot at Haaland next summer? That's what I was thinking. Like,
for me, Cavani is leaving next summer anyway, and with the likes of Ronaldo in the squad, with the likes of Rashford and Sancho's already played with Haaland, and the relationship that Ole has with Haaland, I think that United would also go in all guns blazing I'm not saying that he's going to come to us, but we might see United go in for a top level striker in Holland because the price is too good. 65 million for Holland. We've seen that
But
City are
that's
trying to.
excluding the agent stuff as well, now.
Yeah, but if you see, City were trying to get Kane, and you guys were asking for 150 million. I think that Haaland demands that transfer fee as well, 150 million, and to get him for 65 is just going to be one of the deals of the decade.
Come on, Liverpool, you can do it.
Yeah,
you got it. They've been saving up for 3 years, man.
You need to sell before you buy it.
Salah's gone. If we ever buy a big player, Salah's off. That's the annoying part. We'll have to sell all our best players.
You know, it's peak if we're spending and you lot aren't enough.
Yeah, but the thing is, there's a difference between like anyone outside the top 4 spending on us because they're spending to catch up with us.
Yeah.
And with us, it's like we're spending to basically expand our bench or improve on, like, just get a replacement for Genie maybe or backup for a winger. So I kind of get why we're not spending as much as others, but we should be still adding quality. There's no reason not to add quality to our squad because there's AFCON coming in, there's the cup competitions. The reason we don't even challenge for the cup competitions like the Carabao is because we don't have the depth to do it. So yeah, I don't know. It's just.
But is it also because Klopp loves his players and he'll stick to the starting 11 that he has? Is he trusts only those players, and bringing somebody else in, changing the system is too much for him?
Yeah. Klopp in general, he prefers a smaller squad just because it's easier for him to manage them. I saw something today actually where this person who has like inside knowledge of the club, he was saying that Klopp was actually offered like different players this summer. Like Edwards was recommending different players, but he didn't want it. So this isn't I don't think this is a board decision actually. This is Klopp actually not wanting to. So if he does start complaining about fixture congestion and injuries, like he can only blame himself this time around because he had the opportunity. We haven't been spending like an exorbitant amount of money in the past few seasons, so it's not like we don't have the money in the bank. Like everyone's using COVID as an excuse, but also spending hundreds of millions. So yeah,
Arsenal are the top spenders in the Premier League, even after we got Ronaldo.
Yeah, they spent more than you, while you spent on Sancho, Varane, and Ronaldo. That's just crazy.
The thing is with Arsenal, it's not like their first 11 is any better compared to last season, is it?
It's exactly the same, yeah.
Exactly the same.
Just improving.
But again, man, Ronaldo's back. Seriously.
Yeah, I know. What about like City though? They're screwed now because who are they going to get now? Like,
no, I don't think
I don't think they need a striker. I don't know why Pep was going for one. The kind of football they play, they don't need an out and out striker like a Harry Kane, like a Cristiano Ronaldo. They can make it work. I don't know why they were going for it. Maybe just to add to the history that we had a player like Harry Kane, we had a player like Cristiano, we had a player like Messi.
Or the fact that they can bring in a big.
But do you not think that like the fact that they went for Kane suggests that Pep wants one and he's just making do with what he's got right now until he gets a striker?
Maybe what Pep thinks is last season he got by winning the league because he won it with 80 something points, right? United were 12 points off them, and United didn't have a great preseason. That is why in the first 6 games of the season we dropped 11 points. So if we hadn't dropped those points, we are just 1 point behind City, and this is all just best case scenario. None of this happened.
Yeah.
We were 12 points off them. We weren't good enough to win the league, but we saw United were top of the league in January. Hasn't happened in a long time. Maybe he thinks that this season it's going to be 100-point winning season again. So that is why he wanted those confirmed goals in his squad, and that is what he was trying to fill.
Yeah, I feel like they spent in the wrong places with Grealish as well because he's more of a luxury signing, and you see the deals happening now. I just feel like they could have spent it like elsewhere, because now they've got one less left back. They haven't got a striker, and there's just a few. The things their defense is loaded. Everywhere else is loaded, so it's not too bad compared to other teams. They can get by with another season. I think it's just with Pep though, he wants to compete on all fronts, so that's probably why he went for a striker, I guess.
And now that Pep has announced that he's not going to re-sign with City, he's going to take an off. Maybe he really wants to win the Champions League.
Yeah, that's probably going to motivate the team now that the manager's leaving in a couple of years, though. Like, yeah, that should motivate him.
Hasn't worked out before for anybody. That is why Sir Alex left it till the end to announce his retirement.
Actually, Klopp, it worked for Klopp. I remember, wasn't he like 19th or something? And then he said, I'm leaving Dortmund at the end of the season, and then they finished 7th.
Yeah. I remember this.
Yeah. Maybe they were just doing it for him, like they just didn't want to let him down in his last season, so they picked themselves up.
Maybe Pep's trying to do that. While, weren't they?
Yeah, they were like they were like how Brighton were underperforming like last season, like based on how they should have been performing. Like the same thing was happening in Dortmund, where they were just like they were playing okay, but they were just missing loads of chances and then conceding loads of goals. You can't win games like that, and it just kept happening. A load of bad luck, and then they got 19th. But yeah. Anyway,
just to take a dig at Shivam, Bielsa also has only 1 year left. I mean, he re-signed, but only for a year. Maybe he's gone too.
Yeah, I don't know why he does that though. Like he only signs a 1 year deal. So is it just so that he keeps his future open, I guess?
Probably. And let's see where Leeds finish as well with the squads that we have in the Premier League now.
Do you think Ronaldo takes the number 7?
I don't know. Recently I've read the news come out that the Premier League rules state that just because Cavani is registered at the number 7, he can't change it now. But I think United have enough influential people in the right places to have the appeal approved. Let's see. But then there might be a scenario where, just like Wes Brown did, he used to wear the number 30 in the Champions League and number 22, I guess, in the Premier League, just because he couldn't get the number 30. So maybe Ronaldo wears number 7 in the Champions League because registrations for the Champions League are still open. But that would be funny.
Yeah.
Cavani wearing number 7 in the Premier League and then Ronaldo wearing it for the Champions League games. So let's see.
What numbers are left then? What numbers can he actually get?
I don't think any good numbers are left. Maybe
what number did he have when he first joined?
He took the number 7 day 1. Sir Alex gave it to him.
Oh.
Wow.
Sir Alex
actually.
Sir Alex was like, "You're gonna own this shirt. I'm gonna give you the number 7 shirt."
That's a big responsibility as well, considering the history behind that shirt as well. That's crazy.
When he came, his first game was against Bolton, and when he came on, the crowd was really skeptical why we've given this 18-year-old the number 7 shirt, but he proved the doubters wrong. Won the Ballon d'Or, won the Premier League 3 times in a row. He's won 5, but 3 times in a row. Won the Champions League, left as the best player in the world. But yeah.
2022 Ballon d'Or?
Nah. I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening for Ronaldo. I don't think he's going to win the Ballon d'Or again. Maybe if he has an outrageous season and he has it in him to do that, but realistically, I don't think he's going to win the Ballon d'Or because you've got Kylian Mbappe, you've got Erling Haaland, you've got Messi winning it this year, which I think he deserves to. And with the squad that PSG have, PSG are going to fill the top 3 spots of the Ballon d'Or for the next 2-3 seasons. That's for sure.
Wow, insane team.
But it's funny how Neymar went to PSG in order to win the Ballon d'Or, but now Messi goes to PSG and is going to win it before Neymar does.
Yeah, this window has just been crazy though, because it's like career mode when everyone picks like financial takeover and they just pick everyone off. So do you think that there'll be like one more big transfer left before the window, excluding Mbappe? I think that one's going to happen as well. So
I think if Mbappe goes to Real Madrid and PSG have 160 million in the bank, they're going to go all guns out for Paul Pogba.
That's a good point. Yeah, I heard rumors that they were going to go for Salah if Mbappe leaves. Just don't know.
Do they really need a Salah? Because if Mbappe leaves, they need a striker. We already know that they want Paul Pogba.
I heard about that.
Yeah. 160, Dortmund aren't going to accept it. Chelsea were offering 175. Chelsea were offering 175. They didn't accept that. They're not going to accept 160.
They're not budging. Their directors are pretty strong as well. They're a bit like Daniel Levy as well. Do you see the stuff Pep was talking about? You see that?
He's Daniel Levy. After what he's done with the whole Super League, bro, I love this guy now. The way he stood his ground with the whole Harry Kane thing, bro. I gotta respect that. I can't lie. He stuck to his asking price. I mean, it's a bit of a violation that your first bid for Harry Kane is £75 million plus 25 million add-ons. Come on, man. That's a straight rejection anyway.
I'm always against keeping players against their will, but when players are on the fence, I think that clubs should decide their value. And Harry Kane was on the fence. He wasn't sure that he wanted to leave. He was thinking about it. He was probably unhappy with how things were going during the summer transfer window in the beginning, when Tottenham were just messing up. They didn't have a manager. They couldn't sign any players. But since Nuno has come in, Tottenham have done really well.
There's a bit of stability now, yeah.
I think transfer window wise, we've done amazing so far. I mean, we literally took out the players we don't need, replaced some of the younger players. That's literally what we've done. Took out, obviously, today Sissoko's gone. We brought in that 18-year-old midfielder from Mets and then just loan him back out for next season to come back next season. So we're doing this with every single player. So fingers crossed, next person to go is Aurier, and then I'll be happy. What
do you make of that new signing? The one you just announced today. I heard he had his debut in December or something. Professional debut.
Can't lie. I don't know much about him. I can't lie. All I know is that he's highly regarded in France for now, but I mean, we'll see how he does on loan this season. Hopefully, it's not some.
United were linked to him as well. A couple of weeks ago.
Quite a few clubs were linked to him. I mean, after yesterday's performance, I'm excited to see Brian Kill as well. He looks very good.
Yeah, I think on that note, I think we'll just wrap it up now.
What about Liverpool? No.
We don't talk about Liverpool. No, wrap it up.
It's going to be a crazy season, right?
I think we may surprise a few people with the way we play over the season. I'm not having expectations like top 6 or obviously top 6. I'm just saying the way we play, I think it's just going to surprise a few people this season.
This season is going to be crazy.
Yeah, I'm not going to forget that you all predicted Liverpool 4th. I'm just remembering all that. Okay, yeah. Come the end of the season, I checked the group chat on the FSP group chat. Premier League predictions. I was just looking Liverpool 4th, Liverpool 4th. Oh my god! But I don't mind being the underdog, because then there's no pressure. We can just.
I don't mind us winning the title as well. Everyone put a second or third.
I think on that note, Abuna, we can end the video here.
We don't need to talk about our transfer business.
No, we actually do need to talk about your transfer window.
Do we actually? Okay. Well, what is there to say? There's just one signing. He's a good signing. He's an
Konate,
Konate, yeah. No, he's a good player. He's like a mix of Matip and Gomez. So we had like a specific profile, and we found it. So in the centre back issue is sorted that way. We just need to offload Phillips and maybe put Reece Williams on loan. But we're struggling to get rid of the deadwood like Origi. Other than that, we haven't made any other signings. We've signed contracts, but people don't realise you don't need to sign the contracts in the transfer window. You can do it any other time. So we're strategically placing it every time there's bad news. Like, here's a contract, take it. So on deadline day, when we get no one, it's Salah's contract. Because I heard Salah and Henderson's contracts are done, but they're just waiting for us to get annoyed. That's what they do with whenever we lost last season. Yeah, exactly. They know what they're doing, because last season, every time we lost, they'll just get a video of Van Dijk running or something like that just to cheer us up. And it's like, we can see through it. But yeah, otherwise, it's been a really underwhelming window. I just think we at least if we're not getting a midfielder, get a backup winger, because Jota's filled in well in the striker position. Just someone that is young but can replace one of the front three in the next few years. Not like I'm seeing people like linking us to exactly like Sarr. He can come in left wing. But the issue with is AFCON as well. If we buy him, then we have no one. So I'm seeing us being with like Jared Bowen. I just like he's not going to be a replacement for Salah on the right wing. So I just don't see the point in getting someone who's like 25, whose numbers aren't that great either. You can just tell he's not a Liverpool signing. So I think that's just the Liverpool journalists just trying to annoy us.
What do you think about our being available for that 20 million euros or whatever it is? Because I'm surprised that clubs aren't going for him.
He's a good player, but he like fell off since 2019. You know, like he wasn't it this summer they had like a under 21 Euros, and he's 23 and he was the worst player on the pitch in those games.
Oh, he's with that squad.
Yeah, he was in the under 21 squad. Yeah, but I think he's just his values dip, so they're just trying to get as much money as they can while he's like still young. You know, I don't know. Who do you think? Do you think he? I feel like he's like an Arsenal type signing. I don't know.
From what I've seen.
What is an Arsenal type signing?
Just
buy players when they're at the absolute lowest, and then just try and build them up. You know, that's what I was saying.
Martin Odegaard, isn't it?
Odegaard is a good signing. I believe he's a good signing.
He's a good signing.
Yeah, he's a good signing. The issue is like their squad is now like basically the same as last season. They've got the exact same lineup except Lokonga and Ramsey.
Ben White from Sky Sports.
He's a good player, yeah. Shivam loves him because he used to play for Leeds. Anyone who used to play for Leeds, Shivam loves him. Except Rio Ferdinand.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think we've covered everything now.
One thing. Ronaldo is back.
And seen.